What is up, everybody? It is your favorite combat sports enthusiast, and self-proclaimed nerd. Design Matt Burton, the Saiyan Soldier. Welcome back to another episode of the Saiyan Soldier podcast. Today we have a special guest on here. My boy, we met through a mutual friend. He reached out to me, said we had a lot in common. Turns out we do.
Yep.
So I decided to why not have him on the podcast. Mr. Donnie Person. Donnie, good to see you, my man. Welcome
Yeah,
aboard.
I'm happy to be. I'm happy to be here, brother. Yeah, I'm glad you invited me here. That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yeah, thank you again. That's having me on here. It's a blessing to be here.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. It's an honor to have you
Oh, amen. Definitely.
on. Donnie and I both have cerebral palsy, as you guys know from me that I have it. So he's a fellow CP athlete in his own right. He and I got to talking because one of my training partners at the gym where I train out, shout out to Rush MMA, and I'm gonna shout him out every time I get a chance to. Was telling him about me, and so that's how we got connected. He reached out to me on Instagram, and we've been kind of chatting back and forth ever since. So, Donnie, let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about your journey through CP and where it led you to and where you're at today.
Okay. So let me see where I start. So let me see. So to go all the way back, my diagnosis went back in the year of 2004. So when I was born, about
Right.
I said about 5 or 8 months, 8 months. Well, actually not even 5 or 8 months, but a month after I was born, in April, that's when they found out that I had cerebral palsy because because the doctors had studied my movements, and
Right.
I wasn't moving, as average, as the average baby or kid would, and I got other siblings and my twin brother, whereas he was developing a lot faster and at a normal rate. I wasn't. So when they went and was saying to see what wrong with me, that's when they diagnosed me after seeing the on scan, and they saw in my brain where I had cerebral palsy. So, yeah, so after that, that's like that's when I things got a little interesting. So then in the year of 2005, I had my first surgery, whereas the doctor he took both my legs and installed this bolt. He installed a bolt right to my foot. So after he did that surgery, that surgery it helped me a little bit because that was the surgery that kind of carried me throughout my earliest childhood. Up until 2007 when I had my neck surgery. It was kind of for the same thing, but just for an adjustment of the bone inside my foot. So just so they can go in, and kind of retighten and fix the bone in my ankle. Yeah. So after that, everything was just going pretty okay. Like I'm one out of nine of my siblings. So we like back then we all used to like be outside a lot, trying to ride bikes and just try to just hang around each other. We used to play with the toys called Beyblades. We used to play with those a lot. Yeah,
Oh, oh,
enjoy those.
oh, bro. Okay, so this episode, by the way, is gonna be more into the nerdy side of the Saiyan Soldier podcast. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you guys know, because he just unlocked the core memory for me. So you say you had nine siblings?
I do. Yeah,
Wow,
nine. Yeah, I'm one of nine. So
wow.
yeah, I'm a middle child.
Oh, you're the
Yeah,
middle. I was gonna ask if you were the oldest. That's cool that you're the middle
I
child,
wish I was, but hey, I'm more than two of them. So I
right,
guess that
right,
counts.
right. So so it sounds like you grew up similarly to how I did. I didn't grow up with siblings, but I grew up with cousins who
Yeah.
are basically siblings.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, we grew up playing outside, riding bikes, and then Beyblades. Man, let me tell you, I spent so much money, whatever money I got as a kid growing up, whatever money I earned. Once
Yeah.
Beyblade
Oh
came
y'all
out,
with Beyblades?
it
Yeah.
was Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Beyblades, Ninja Turtle stuff and
Oh
Dragon
yeah,
Ball stuff.
that too. Yeah, yeah. For me, it was Beyblades, Ninja Turtles, Ben 10 cards. Oh, by that Bakugan cards, Digimon cards. I was just collecting that, trying to, I
Yep,
was,
yep,
me and my other cousins, we all go and battle each other. Or like, or like another thing, whereas we all were going to have something called cartoon battles, whereas we're going to, act out our favorite characters, and we're going to have like little battles outside to see
yep,
who has the best
yep.
character.
Yep, we did that too. We didn't ever just call it anything. We didn't call it like we didn't have a name for it. We just did it. So I can totally relate. But yeah, so I got Digimon was a big thing for us as
Oh yeah,
well. Like
oh yeah,
and Pokemon, but I got into Digimon a little more. Like I love Pokemon too,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I got into Digimon a
Yeah.
little bit more.
And actually, a fun fact on Digimon was actually my first anime. But before I started watching Naruto, that was my first anime.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
So here's the thing. I like to call Yu Yu Hakusho my first anime because that was when I officially knew what anime was. Because like I didn't consider Dragon Ball an anime or Pokemon or Digimon because I didn't know what anime was back then.
yeah, yeah.
So
So all you thought was like this, a cartoon or something cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I just thought it was an animated cartoon show.
yeah.
I didn't know it had its own specific thing.
I was that same way
So
with Digimon. Yeah, yeah, I wasn't watching Digimon. I'm like, oh, this is a pretty cool cartoon. And then when
yep,
I started to really know what anime was, I'm like, oh no, that was an anime I
yep, yep. That's
watched.
exactly how it happened for me too. But yeah, like I did this thing a couple years ago where I started Digimon and I watched them all backwards. I went season 4, season 3, and all the way back to one, and they still hold up today. Even season
Oh
four,
yeah, true.
and I know season 4 doesn't get a lot of credit.
Yeah, I'm saying it's on definitely underrated.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely underrated. It's just it's not okay. It's not as good as the first 3, but
oh yeah, it's true. But
it's still very good.
I'm
Like
not gonna lie.
I thoroughly enjoyed rewatching. But anyway, before we dive more into nerd stuff, because I could talk all day about that.
Same here. Like I can go, I can go like on list for list with Digimon.
Right, right. Yep, me too. We might have to do a whole Digimon episode one day.
Yeah,
Because I got a couple friends that would love to join us for that. But
oh yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Yeah. They
you
said they call it and Digi podcast.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Uh you also dabbled in adaptive sports, and that is our major talking point here. That is our main focus. So tell us about a little bit about your adaptive sports you did, and how you handled that.
So I'm gonna say, so for the Dr. Sports, I'm gonna say the peak of it was on really, I'm gonna say the peak of that was really between 2022, the late half of 2022, and all the way up to now. Because especially in 2023, whereas when I started going to the gym, I was learning a new ways, a new ways, to handle my to handle myself physically, and I was creating new exercise routines and everything. So then I was like, know what, I need to get back into swimming. And so me and my brother, we both went half and half. We went and purchased a pool, I think. Yeah, last year. Yeah, sometime last year, and then I started back to swimming again. So I was just in there, just moving my arms just like this. Yeah, swimming in my own my pool. Yeah, I was kicking my legs and too, but because before that point on, I used to be a swimmer even as a kid. Like I used to call this, like, even though I'm still young, I call my kids so kind of like my prime self. That was before me being in the wheelchair and everything, like before where I am now. So like back there during that era when I was a kid, I would go swimming. I would always go swimming with my cousins, but somehow I was always fast, fast as I started swimming in the pool, and they all be like, "But how are you so fast at swimming?" Yeah, but then I was like, hey, I guess it's probably that's a gift from CP, because I didn't know how I was doing it either, but I was just able to swim so good. so good back then. Like just being able to go from one side and pull us all the way to the other. Yeah, I'll keep at it. Yeah, but swimming,
It,
swimming has always been my sport passion. That's being able to swim.
I I can appreciate that because um I'm still learning how to swim actually, but like back when I was back when I was younger, like you say, I call my kid. I wasn't a kid then, but in my younger days when I first started training MMA and stuff, I used to get in the pool and that would be part of my training. And I miss having that because I haven't been in a pool in I don't know how long, but it's so valuable for us because all of the muscles have to move. Everything has to work for you to be able to do. And yeah, you figured out your own way, but you're still working all your muscles at once. So kudos to you, man. That big respect for
Yeah,
that. Like that's awesome that's your chosen sport, man. I hope you keep with it until you
or,
can't anymore.
definitely,
Cause
definitely.
cause that's the biggest thing for us. I know it's a big thing for many adaptive athletes, but for people with CP,
Or,
working out is
or,
working
or,
out is
or that's true.
essential
Yeah,
because
that's
you
true. Yeah, working out for us, like it's everything. Cause,
yeah
cause, you-
because
cause, cause you know the average person with CCP, yeah, we actually use about 50 times more energy than on normal average everybody person.
yep
So
yep
it
yep
takes us so much. Yeah, even
yep
when it's doing like a small task.
and and not only that but just using the bot like working out slows
Yeah.
down the progression of RCP like
Wow.
and that's the thing is like people always ask me why are you always going to the gym and stuff and I'm like because if I wasn't I'd be way worse off than I am now so of
Yep.
course
Yeah. See.
I'm gonna go like
Yep.
it's key for us but
Yeah. See.
that's
Yep.
awesome
Yep. Yep. And that's very true. Cause it didn't be like with my legs. If I go and skip a day at the gym, the next day my legs are gonna have a hard time trying to go straight. Cause my legs it starts to bend up again if I'm not exercising them enough. See, man?
yep you got to stay on it and I don't and people always ask me why don't I skip days and stuff I hate skipping days for that exact reason because for me it's mainly my hips like if I
Yeah.
skip a day at the gym if I don't do nothing my hips are gonna be in pain for a while and they're gonna be stuck and stiff
Yeah.
so
They're
I
gonna feel stiffer. Oh, there.
yep yep so I try to stay in the gym as much as I possibly can but that's awesome man um so we've been talking. We talked about other animes. We talked about Digimon, which is one of my favorites, and I do want to dive a little more into. Um, but so for you, what's on your list as top anime?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Okay, yeah. I'll give you my top five. Cause right now I got top five. I'll give you that.
Okay,
I got number one Naruto. I love Naruto because it has a good message. It's
yep,
inspiring.
yep,
Naruto always just pumps me up. So
yep.
Naruto's number one. Behind that, I guess I put Digimon behind that since Digimon was my first anime. But
Okay,
Boston because Digimon was the anime that kind of led me into getting into other animes. Yeah, and then it also was inspiring. So that's why I love Digimon. And then third after that, I guess I'll say hmm, I'll put Magic and Muscles after that one. Yeah, because that's also an inspiring anime. But I love the story behind it. You know how it parodies with Harry Potter. So it's a pretty funny anime, but also it kind of remind you of Dragon Ball and Naruto a little bit too.
right. That one just recently came out, didn't it?
Yep,
Yeah, I
it
thought
did.
so.
Cause
Yeah.
it came out 2023, and it's still going on too. So I think we're still waiting for season three. And and then then my fourth anime is on Death Note. I love that one because just because it shows like how you can really extend someone's IQ and you can really push like how you can really push intelligence on so far because it was like a battle of outwitting outwitting and outsmarting, an opponent. But also, it just had a bit of a story to it. Yes, that's definitely my number four.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
I like all of those picks. I can't say that I would I would say Death Note is probably in my top 10. I still have to finish it. I wouldn't put it in my top 5, but it's definitely in my top 10. It's really good. Magic and Muscles, I'm that's one I'm gonna get to soon. Of course, I'm gonna say Digimon. I have to I have to flip my top 5 now because Digimon has to be in there because it was a
yeah,
big
yeah,
big part of my life.
yeah. And personally, I'm gonna get a lot of fire for this, but I'm gonna just say it anyway. Yeah, I feel like Digimon. I feel like it's a little better than Pokemon in my opinion.
Ooh, that is the lifelong debate. That is the lifelong debate right there. You probably are gonna get some hate. I don't know about how much, but you probably gonna get a little
it's
bit.
all yeah, it's all good. I don't mind it. Yeah, because I stand on it with Digimon.
I heard that. I heard that. I would I would definitely me personally, I would rate Digimon higher as well. But I wouldn't say that I kind of have to say it's better because that's the one I gravitated more to.
Yeah,
And
see,
like you say, I stand
yeah,
on it too. I ain't worried about catching the heat for it. I know I'm gonna because I have friends that I play Pokemon with, so I know I'm gonna catch it. But I mean,
yeah.
I said what I said. Um, so my top 5, your picks are great, by the way. I love those.
Yeah, well, I
Magic
appreciate it.
Magic and Muscles. I'm definitely gonna get into. Um, my top 5 has got to be. I put Dragon Ball as a whole, not just Dragon Ball or not just Z.
Yeah, but that's that whole thing.
Yep,
That's
the entire franchise because they're supposed to tie in all together, especially Dragon Ball and Z. Um, but anyway, Dragon Ball as a whole is my number one, but it's tied with Yu Yu Hakusho because the same reason you said about Digimon, you didn't know it was you. It was your first anime you started to watch. Like I said earlier, I count Yu Yu Hakusho as my first one because I did. That was when I really found out what anime was. I was like, I watched it with my cousin one night on Toonami, and I was like,
oh,
oh,
oh
I was like, this is dope. And there's like, they're fighting and there's cussing.
yeah,
And should we even be watching this? But it was like, it drew me in. So, Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball are tied for my number one. I would probably put Digimon as my number two because I have to put it up there now.
easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
easy number two.
yeah, easy, easy. Um, I would probably say I have not finished Shippuden yet, but I did play Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
Yeah, yeah.
I played I played 3 and 4 and both of those made me fall in love with Naruto. So, I would put Naruto probably as my number 4. My number 3 I have not fully decided yet because it's a toss up cuz
I'm bad about number three.
I'm a I'm I'm gonna say My Hero is probably my number 3.
My hero. Yeah,
Yeah, My Hero
yeah, that ain't so bad. Ain't bad.
but because it's a story I can relate to so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. That is so. Actually, I started watching My Hero last year.
mm,
Like last year when I started watching for the first time, I was like, you know what? I can kind of relate to that to Deku. Because
yep, yep,
he didn't have no quirk, and he was the only person without a quirk. And then
yep,
and then personally for me, I was the only one out of all my siblings who were born disabled. So I
yep,
like yeah, so it's like I'm seeing the parallels here.
yep. That's my thing too. Is like I I wasn't supposed to be doing the stuff I'm doing now. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like how like all and everybody around me is doing all these great things, especially the fighters I trained with and everything.
uh,
Like I'm not supposed to be there, but I'm there and I'm finding my own way. So like, yeah, I completely relate to it. Funny enough though, I relate to Deku the most, but
Oh, so
Deku isn't
yeah,
my favorite character.
so everybody in your top five you relate to Deku the most.
Nah, I'm saying everybody in uh My Hero I relate to the most.
Oh, everybody, oh, every character
Yeah,
in there.
yeah. I relate to Deku the most, but he's not my favorite character, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Todoroki is my favorite character. That dude is that dude is something special. He's
Yeah,
cool as hell.
I can't put my finger on it. I want to say that All Might my favorite character because I like his own personality.
Yeah, yeah, All Might's
Yeah.
pretty cool too. But yeah, Todoroki's my favorite. So, and then to round out my top five, I would probably say Bleach.
Bleach.
Cause yeah, Bleach is dope to me, man. I've watched. I'm almost completely caught up. I gotta watch the finish. I gotta finish the last season, but man, Ichigo, that's one bad dude, man.
Oh yeah.
I love that entire show. Like, and all the characters in that show like do something. It's not
Oh
just
yeah.
Ichigo.
So yeah. See, like everybody getting sidelined.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't. There's some sidelining, but it's not a whole lot, you know. So
But only just like a little bit, but it's just like not a lot to where it's on
right, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So like every character gives them a moment to shine.
Yep, yep. And that's why I love it. So
Uh,
those are our
yeah.
top five animes. Let us know. Let us know in the comments and follow us on social media. Tag us. Let's talk anime. Definitely
Yeah.
let us know. Donnie,
Ooh.
so you know you met or you connected with me through one of my MMA training partners. You ever thought about coming to the gym and checking it out, man?
Oh, I have actually. Yeah, while I was looking at your videos, and while I was talking to one of your partners, while I was telling them that, I might actually go come out there, come to your gym and see what it's like.
Yeah,
Cause,
man.
so something funny is that, like I met your partner, and after that, I think about a couple days after I was this online searching for like something for places where I can do like martial arts training and stuff like that. Cause I was like,
Mhm.
man, I want to get strong. I want to learn how to fight and just yeah, do things like that because I want to be able to defend myself. So, a lot of people are say, don't worry, Donnie. You all can just use a weapon, or you can use this. I'm like, no. I don't want to use a weapon. I want to use my hands.
Yep. That's my thing. Is like I wanted one of the things I got one of the reasons I got into it is because I wanted to learn how to defend myself
Yeah,
close quarters. And
yeah.
then that's another reason why I want to do tactical training is because I want to be able to defend myself from a distance if I need to.
Man, quarters.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, even for us as guys with a disability, what I'm actually seeing as somebody who like they're gonna think that we're actually somebody who is easily to take down or take over,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
that's because of that disability. But I'm like, hey, if we have the proper training, we can be just as much of a threat as
Yeah.
somebody who's on everybody.
Yep. And that's the beauty of it for me is like because
Yeah.
people like you said, people think I'm an easy target, and I'm like, man, if you only knew,
Yep.
like
I said, yeah,
now you don't ever want to have to use it, but if you have the knowledge of it, like you're in a better space, and that's the other thing I love about it. Because like I don't ever want to have to use it, but if I inevitably need to, I can. And then somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I thought this guy was an easy target." Nah, homie, you finna find out.
yeah.
I definitely will let you know the next time I head up there, and if you're close by, we'll definitely get together.
Yeah, definitely,
And
yeah,
I'm sure my coach won't mind. I'll let him know the situation too. Um, but yeah, because I'm gonna go back soon because I miss those guys and I miss that, and it's a great environment to be into. Everybody there is so welcoming and accommodating. They do a great job. Like so, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely next time I'm up that way, I will definitely hit you up and we'll have to get together.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
I I'd love to work with you and help you as much as I can, man. I
Oh,
don't have a problem with that at all.
yeah, yeah. I'm about to say same here. When I was talking to your partner about it, like the whole like the vision that came in my head. I'm like this might actually be the damn thing I was missing. Just being able to talk with somebody else who has the same condition as me. And being able to to learn to learn with somebody older and having this see a new experience. So it's just
Absolutely. And that was the thing for me. Like growing up, I always wanted to do sports and like I I literally tried everything. They wasn't I wasn't gonna get to play football. Definitely couldn't play basketball.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But even as much as I loved it, I couldn't. And
Oh,
I couldn't and I as I got older and realized there was adaptive basketball, you could play wheelchair basketball. I was like, yeah, but that's also not conducive to my hips either because even though they're limited, I need to be moving them more. And I don't know if
yeah,
sitting in a wheelchair for that long would be helpful or detrimental. So basketball was out. Then
yeah.
lo and behold, I found the Ultimate Fighter one day, started watching, figured out about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, got into a gym, which led me to going to Rush where I'm at now, which is
Ah,
the best decision I ever made. Like, man, I will say jujitsu saved my life, man.
well, yeah,
So
and that's a blessing that it did. Because not only it was something that you love, but it was something that you found. It was something that you found at a time when you really were looking for your passion. Yeah,
the and I and I'm so like you said, it's a blessing that I found it because I'm so blessed to do it, and I'm so
man.
blessed that it's a passion, and I just want to see it grow, especially in the adaptive ranks. So yeah, for sure, next time I head that way, because I should be going back pretty soon. I will definitely hit you up, and
Oh
we'll
wow.
we'll get together, and I'll let our boy Chase know too, and hope maybe he can be there too. Shout out to him; he just won his
Oh,
fight recently. Shout out
yeah,
to
yeah, I've
Chase
seen that, but yeah,
over at Rush MMA. I'll see you guys soon.
uh,
Um,
Chase, yeah, Chase did his thing out there.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did, like he always does.
Yeah.
That's a beast right there, man. Love that guy. So Donnie, at the end of every episode, I like to do this thing called the SS3 because Saiyan Soldier Pod, Super Saiyan, you know.
Yeah.
So we talked mainly anime today, which I love to do. I had a whole lot of fun. We definitely got to get together and talk more.
Yeah.
Um, but so with the SS3, it's three goals, three dreams you would want to see, or think three things you would want to happen, whether it be in entertainment or in your own personal life. And I think for this episode, it's appropriate. What three animes would you like to see an adaptive person in?
Hmm. Three animes I like to see. Um,
Where there already isn't one, because I know there's a couple that have a few already, but where there's not already.
so there's not R rated.
Yep,
Hmm. Well, yeah, let's say my first one is I want to go with on Naruto Shippuden. I
yep,
go with that.
yep, yep. I figured you was gonna go there. That's one.
Let me see. My second one. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so second one I'll go with Doctor Stone.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's another one that I gotta get into. It's on my list, but I like that choice.
Then my third one. Okay, this one's gonna be new. My third one I want you to get into is Hell's Paradise.
Dude, that show is freaking awesome.
All right, so also
That
you
that
understand. Also,
Yeah,
you actually
I've
seen it.
watched it. I've watched it. It's good. I freaking love that show. One of my cousins put me onto that show, and
I'm still watching it currently, but like it's been getting good so far.
yeah,
The my watch.
you definitely gotta holler at me when you get to the end because there's a you're gonna be shocked. That's all I'm gonna say.
So the end is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, buddy, you gonna be shocked for that one. Let me just tell you, I love those choices. I think so. I definitely like that. That's a very good list. I think mine would have to be. I'm not gonna say Dragon Ball because they're just gonna
Yeah.
use the Dragon Balls to fix everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to go more current. That way we might get one. Solo leveling for one.
Okay, solo level. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
a pretty
yeah,
dope
yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah. Solo level. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna go with Solo, and then I'm gonna go My Hero Academia because it's perfect for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
You
could
know what I'm
have
saying?
you could
Yeah, it fits. Yeah, it fits the standard. It fits the purpose.
yep, My Hero, and then let me see what's my third one. I'm trying to think of more current ones that I've watched recently. Oh, Jobless Reincarnation.
That was oh, so you seen that too?
Yeah,
Oh,
Jobless Reincarnation is
yeah, yeah.
dope.
I love that one.
Yeah,
Love,
it's so good. It's so good, and they could do a lot with it too with the realm that they're in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me see. I might change. Yeah, as you can speak, I might change my hmm, yeah, I think I'm changing my first one over Naruto. Yeah,
Okay.
Naruto is my first anime, but the more I
Yeah.
think of it now, I might just change it. You
Okay.
know, yeah, so I guess
What's
I'll change it to Magic and Muslims because
okay?
cause I feel because it's a universe so the main character Mash, so
Mm,
yeah, everyone who's born with a mark under their eye, yeah, they all
mm.
have they all able to use magic, but he was born without it. So
Uh,
instead of him going and trying to learn magic, he just went and worked on his body and just went and exercised to the maximum, to where he just so strong to where people think he has, to where it almost looks like he has magic, but he actually there's using his muscle.
yep. That sounds dope. Yep. I definitely got to check that one out. That's definitely one on my list
Oh
now.
yeah, like it's really good.
All right. Donnie, it was great talking to you, my man. I look forward to you talking to you
That,
some
that,
more. I look forward to meeting in person. Hope
that definitely.
one day soon we will work together. I we're gonna make that happen.
Oh yeah, and man, yeah, yeah, like I said, same here. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
cause I know I work inside the yeah, currently I work with the shrine
mm,
group, whereas we go and find older patients and
r-
old patients of the system, and
yep,
we also go and that's that's to help encourage newer patients get out of the hospital to find
yeah,
new way of living. So I've been working
right,
with them ever since I think no, not last year but the year before. But yeah, but
nice.
I would love to invite you out to that too.
That would that would
so,
be awesome, man. I'd love to come
because
do whatever
yeah,
you
because
need me to. But
it's a real amazing event. And that's
yes, it
yeah,
sounds like it.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
have to
yeah,
I'll have to come check it out. But Donnie, man, it was a pleasure talking to you. Look
yeah.
forward to talking some more.
Send you too, man. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm happy you invite me on here.
Yes,
And
sir. No
I'll be here.
problem. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode. We will holla at y'all later. Oh, Donnie, tell the people where they can follow you, man,
Yeah.
find you.
Oh, and then if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on my IGs at dguy_04. Yeah, yeah, that's my Instagram handle. And
Yep,
then if you're not able to follow that, then I also have Facebook too at Donnie Person. So you guys want to give me a follow at my Facebook and my Instagram, then just reach out to my and reach out to my username, and yeah, or to see even go and send a text to Matthew. Yeah,
yep,
yeah,
yep,
I'll be happy to follow you, tell you my story,
yep,
or
yep.
anything.
This is an awesome guy. You guys need to hear his story. You need to learn more from him. All right. We'll holla at you guys later.